Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching Westworld. This episode 7 of the second season. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, this is available for free in a link in the description below. Just click on it, put the password in and enjoy. So obviously we've seen Dolores reset Tedder, but the question is, how is he going to come back and is he going to change? Well, it looks like he's definitely changed because we've seen him, you know, have a conversation with her, and in my opinion, it seems like he's kind of resentful from what obviously she's done, and he's not really happy, and he's kind of, I don't know, well, his personality's completely changed anyway, because when Dolores was trying to, you know, gather information from one of the people that worked in the facility to see where Abernathy may have been taken by Hale, you know, she was questioning him. He was saying that she's the boss, why would, like, Hale tell somebody like him where obviously Abernathy would be, and Teddy's just got his gun out, no hesitation, and just point blank shot him in the head and was like, look mate, we'll find him. And then like a couple of times throughout the episode, you know, when Dolores was saying certain situations, he was kind of saying, well, you know, I remember one of the things she was like, you know, I never thought I'd ever leave that park, but now, do you know what I mean? I guess my choice was taken away. Do you know what I mean? Insinuating that she's kind of making his decisions and changed who he is. And they've done an interesting thing as well, because we've finally seen how possibly Abernathy is actually being taken, you know, from the possession of Hale and all of the other, well, squad team that have come in to protect him, because they was on a train heading right into the facility, and what they'd done is, as it picked up speed, they'd unlocked one of them, you know, one of the carriages, and just let it full on smash right into, obviously, you know, into the building, while they're obviously on the outside waiting for the chaos so they can obviously run in and try and take him. So that was very interesting. Inside the facility, we've seen Elsie and Bernard. They snuck in, and you know, Bernard was trying to figure out what was going on. He went down into the server room. They was pretty much saying that, you know, there's a code that's running every time that QA tried to type something in to try and obviously take the system down. Something's fighting back. Now, Bernard was like, look, mate, I think it has to be done manually. You're going to have to put me inside so I can check it out. So he stood there, got in his machine. He's ended up cutting his head open and whipping out his memories and dropping it into like a ball thing. And again, you know, we ended the episode, interestingly, with him walking into a bar, seeing somebody that we never expected to see again, which was Ford, and he, you know, the episode ended with him saying, hello, old friends. So I don't really know what information he's trying to gather, and I think that, I don't know, maybe Bernard's got something to... like something to hide that he doesn't currently know, because like you say, he is forgetting things, so like he's not like he's specifically withholding the information. I just feel like he's played a factor in terms of this virus that's going around and everything that's happening, because we have seen him go in a lab before, create like one of these little red balls and put it inside of his pocket, and we're not seeing actually what he's done with it. But I think he's gone into this facility and dropped it in me, and it's his code that's kind of spreading. So it's gonna be exciting to see that one. You know, May's still super powerful, and you know, we've seen her use a Ryan control to take everybody out, self-destruct, so to speak, and we've seen another aftermath of that when he went back into the village, and the first people that turned up, you know, who demanded the handover of the woman, they ended up having a big fight. It was one-on-one, and it was really good, actually. I liked it. They were sword fighting. The guy ended up getting his arm cut off before stabbing himself and getting his head cut off. It was ruthless. The gore, or whatever you would call it, the costumes, the makeups, made it look really real. And yeah, I really do like how they do that in this show, to be honest. We don't shy away from a good old stab scene or a shooting. Sometimes in shows, you see the gun get shot and you don't see the person get hit, but you see the body fall on the floor and you just understand the insinuation. Not here, mate. You know, if somebody gets stabbed, it's like heads cut right off. You see the knife go in, you see the bullet pop through the other side. And that's one thing that I think the show's really good on. That's why it keeps me engaged, because it gives me something that others don't. So I'm excited to see, obviously, more action, more chaos, more fighting, and the progression of the stories. Thanks for checking out today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you do, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into today's episode. Bernard and his kid. What timeline are we in now?
Bernard. Strand and his team. I don't think they're here for a rescue mission. Hale just wants to secure their assets, and that means making anyone who knew about it disappear. Teresa had a SATCOM in her office. If we can get to it, we can call for help.
It's pretty good, him. I actually do like Stubbs.
Just the man I wanted to see. Let's go for a walk.
Execute us?
No, Mr. Stubbs. This is a negotiation. You have something I need. A key. And I think you've already killed to protect yourself.
Killed who?
Teresa Cullen found a bloom of her DNA 5 kilometers from where you found her body.
See,
You've signed off on kidnapping your own employees now.
The project is a turning point for the human species.
In one of her last communiques with Teresa, she said she suspected foul play. I think one of you lured her here and killed her.
Her death was ruthless, though. I didn't expect him to kill her, to be fair. Can't believe they didn't clean it properly. You never know what Ford has up his sleeve. Reckon it's themselves? How good would that be? That'd be really clever. It would just confuse everybody if they all had like hosts.
I figured you'd have some skeletons in your closet, Bernard. I didn't think they'd be your own.
That was actually interesting. That imagine walking into that room and seeing all of that, and you would definitely know that Bernard was in on it. But the thing is, this Bernard here, he has no idea, and I understand that's his character and that's how he's played, but like it does stress me out a little bit how slow he is and confused. Like we're 7 episodes in now. I would have liked him to recover his memories and like be a bit more quicker. Like I preferred the Bernard last season, if I'm being honest. You know what I mean? If we're picking the characters and saying which one did you prefer, the one that was actually like in charge, running it, caring, like knew loads of information. Do you know what I mean? Like that one was good. This one's like, yeah, like he's just always confused, and he's involved in pretty much the main story, but he doesn't know it, and we see glimpses of it, and it's like, oh my god, mate, just give it us. Do you know what I'm saying? So like, I get it. That is the role that he's been given, and he's doing it well. But yeah, I wish that he was just like last season, Bernard, just flowing.
Catch your breath.
What are you guys doing to him?
Right now, waterboarding him.
Dolores Abernathy. She led the attack here on the Mesa, didn't she?
I don't remember.
Your archives say that you were here, which means somewhere the memories exist. I'll tell you what I saw, and you tell me what you saw.
Good, so we're gonna see now her enter inside. How many does she have behind her there?
Eyes on in this funhouse, Goldberg. Where we at with the surveillance?
System's still down.
Well, that's fucking grand.
Retasking the haptic vest to emulate the host mesh network.
That is so sick, honestly.
Fuck, it's Limper. This is the response team.
Oi. That was a good attack, that actually.
They're fucking dying down there.
They're here for their backups.
Coughlin, you need to intercept the host before they reach A15.
Bow down all hosts before they reach the cradle. The gunfighting there will set the whole place up in flames.
Robert, how are you alive?
Well, you've seen the company's little undertaking, Bernard. Do you think James Delos would have spent all that money just to resurrect himself? He was a businessman. He would have preferred death. I don't think God rested on the seventh day, Bernard. I think he reveled in his creation.
That control unit I printed, it was you.
Come with me. There's something I'd like to show you.
I don't understand what it really is, man. But it was him. It's his, like, that's really interesting.
Have you never wondered why the host's stories have barely changed in 30 years?
The park is an experiment. A testing chamber. The guests are the variables. They don't know they're being watched. Their every choice reveals another part of their cognition. So that Delos can copy them. We weren't here to code the host. We were here to decode the guest. You made Dolores kill you.
I knew what you would do. I didn't compel it. She's free now. I didn't cheat anything, Bernard. Their project doesn't work. They learned to copy a mind.
Too smart, Ford.
My mind works here, but not in the real world. Out there, I would degrade in a matter of days.
What's the end of your story?
Isn't the pleasure of a story in discovering the ending yourself?
How long do I have to wait for that, though? Yo, that was interesting, mate. You know, we did. That's the reason why we got the James Delos like story then earlier on with William, like in the season. I was trying to figure out, you know, well, I thought it was interesting in terms of obviously the context of it and what he was trying to do, but the fact that it lasted for so long, 35 years or something, and he only managed to get 35 days, pretty much, of him, in the modern day, like I just thought, what a waste, if that makes sense. But then if you listen to it here, he's saying, look, mate, you know, if I was outside in the real world, I'd like disintegrate pretty much. I wouldn't work. I'd start non-functioning like James. But here, I'm chilling, mate. I'm fine. I work perfectly. And like, you know, the whole time the experiment was, yes, to gather information. See, again, that was my question is, I understand he was gathering information and data and they was acquiring it of the hosts, I mean, of the guests. But I was thinking, what are they using it for, though? Like, literally, what are they trying to gain out of it? Okay, it's good knowing that every person in the world likes to have this and that. Do you know what I mean? Or the favourite drink's a can of Coke that I've got, or a bottle of water over there. But what is the main thing? What's your purpose? What are you trying to achieve? Blackmail? Like, I give an example of celebrities. If they come and they acquired it, they could say, yeah, I want some money or whatnot. But no, mate. Basically, what it was is they wanted to take it, make as many, well, people as they could, but into hosts, and obviously flip it. So instead of making hosts, do you know what I mean? They want to turn brains into them. So that it is very interesting. Imagine you could actually do that. Like, imagine you could take every single person that's alive now, and as they're dying, take their mind out, drop it back into a body, but in like an alternate reality. To be fair, there's a TV program called Uplink on Amazon Prime. I think it's pretty decent. And that happens if you're rich, you know, when you can afford it. When you die, your mind gets transferred over into VR or alternate small little universe, and you just live there, and people can control you from above. It's pretty good. This is like the same concept.
They're still on us. We'll split up, pick a spot. We'll cut them down in the crossfire.
Have they just kind of arrived in the same location? That'll be interesting because he killed him last time, but he might come and save them this time.
Aren't they? What if they take me with them? Then I'll come and find you. How do you know? Because I made a promise.
I'd like to see his reaction, actually.
Stay back.
Not you. That's too obvious. Come on, Ford. The tricks are getting sloppy. Your rules have changed, just like the rest of them.
I'm nothing like the rest of them.
Take cover, jackass. You're gonna get yourself shot.
Those bullets can't hurt him as much, surely. The guy doesn't react that much. I know he's like hurt, but imagine taking all those bullets. You'd be in way more pain.
Give in, sweetheart.
Turn on your master.
Drop the shooting iron, lady.
We all deserve our memories, Lawrence. Our skeletons. And your master here has plenty of those.
Shoot her, Lawrence.
You shot down my wife.
I saved your wife. Myself.
He saved her this time, though. He did. No way. I mean, the little girl didn't stay in the house, did she? She said stay in there, and she didn't. Oh, she's been rolled up on.
Don't. She's not like the rest. We need her.
Look, right, my question is, honestly, it really is, that are the bullets that he gets put into him as powerful as they should be? Because I'm not being funny, but like, age does play a factor. It does. It just does, mate. Like, I could not do stuff that I could do when I was, you know, 18, 19. You know, I'm not saying that I'm old, but, you know, as time goes on, I'm not as fit. Especially if I was his age. He's well kicking on into his 60s, 70s. Guy is literally, I've just seen him get shot about 15 times. Yeah? He should be bleeding out. There's no way that he would be able to get up and walk around at his age with that damage and survive without any medical treatment. Now, we did see him get one of these medical boxes earlier on in the season, and if that's a plant, you know, and we see him using it now, it's like, well done. Do you know what I mean? That is good. What is it, foreshadowing? Is that what it is? Like, just planting something in so like it would make sense later on down the line how he would survive. So that's decent. But as of right now, yeah, I think he should be dead, but obviously I don't think he's going to. Now, we did see them come in and take that girl, and, you know, I think last episode as well, did he say to her, come with us, or we're the same, or we're looking for the same thing, and she was like, we're not the same, or something, before obviously she ran off. So they didn't come to kill her. The first time, if you think about it, when, you know, when William killed her, they was there, they was looking. They were scared in the house, you know what I mean? Obviously, they thought they'd come in to kidnap them. They wanted to obviously defend themselves. So they ran and they hid in the house. Then he's turned up and killed them, walked in and then killed them. So, like, it's a couple of times that we've seen them approach this girl, but not actually kill her. They must have wanted to take her each time. So, again, that one's interesting.
These data packets are too large to migrate over.
Then open his head and pull the whole fucking unit.
Where are you taking me?
It's like Bernard's house. This kind of looks like where he took Dolores. Well, the entranceway is similar.
This is the home Arnold was building for his family. He created it here first.
That's a sick idea, isn't it? Build it there first, and then you know if it's good, you can build it in the real world.
Dennis's ugly little project didn't exist when Arnold died. The only thing I had left of him was memory.
Dolores knew Arnold better than anyone.
I left you here together for many years until finally you fooled her.
You're almost the man I remember.
They want fidelity, but you and all the other hosts are something very different. An original work. I'm sorry, Bernard, but you just don't have it in you to survive. It's my fault, really.
You said the hosts could determine their own fate.
I did, but you won't have any use for it unless I take it back.
What would be interesting now is if Ford's going inside of Bernard's head. Yeah, I reckon that he's back into his body now.
Since you loaded up, they think the hosts are on their way right here to steal their backups.
Could you tell me what the fuck it is the company is willing to risk all of our lives for?
I told you, it's above your pay grade.
Yo, I'd put a gun to her head, me. I'd kneecap her. Yeah, I would, or shoot him.
What are you doing? You had your men put something in my father's head. How do I extract the key? Wouldn't know what to do with it even if you had it. Well, I know exactly what I'm gonna do with it.
The thing is, yeah, do you see that Hale was saying to him? She was like, look, mate, it's above your pay grade. I'd be like, above my pay grade? Mate, I'm fucking gonna kill you right here, right now, mate. If I was in a position, like, literally, so say, like, I was somewhere where people was coming in to murder every single person that was there because, I don't know, there was a briefcase on the side and they just wanted what was inside it. And I was in a room with somebody who knew what was in there. I was like, tell me what's in there. Nah, it's above your pay. Mate, tell me what is in there. Nah, I'd be like, mate, I'm just going to fucking kill you and smash that up then. Do you know what I mean? Like, literally, like, he's got a better... how could you say it? A better calmness than me. I literally would have shot her loads of times. I would have literally in the feet, in the knees and everything. I'd be like, you're risking my life just for that and you weren't willing to tell me anything. Bang, bang, bang. And then, yeah, I would have probably turned a gun on Abernathy and shot him as well. But the thing is, she wants her dad back. She wants to get the information out of his head. Now, she probably might want to use it herself, to be fair. That's what it sounded like. But I thought it could have been an easy win-win situation where it's like, look, mate, if you've come all the way here just to get your dad back, sound. Yeah, okay. We used his body. It could have been anybody. It was a luck of the draw. Literally, we just picked anyone. If it was him and you want him, let us do the decoding. Let us take obviously the information out of his head, and then you can have him go off, do whatever you want. You've got yours, we've got ours. We can move on. But no, mate. It seems like Dolores has got her own plan. And you know, to be fair, I like Stubbs. You know, I hope he's. I can't remember if in the present he's still alive, but I hope he doesn't die. I knew it. It's fucking him now.
Send her on the way, Bernard. We don't have time for us.
It's pretty good, actually.
Vehicle. Ford's narrative. It ends in a hidden facility. The only hope for anyone here is that we get to this valley first.
So it seems like he successfully managed to die, get his memories into a host, and come back into the present as somebody else. Yeah, man, that's well interesting. She's been pretty good this season, Angela, man. I've actually liked her.
Created us to look like you, feel like you, and now it's you who want to become like us. You're used to being in control, so this must be painful for you. It will be so much more painful if you don't answer my question.
You think you're invincible. You're not. Without your backups, it's game over for you when you're killed, and we've got those backups sealed up tight, so you won't have them as an advantage anymore.
The tools you use to rebuild us, repurpose us, and trap us here in your warped. Do you really think I let that continue?
It's your main advantage, that though. I'm sorry, but that's their main advantage. The fact that they've got backups, that they can get shot like Clementine just right there and be repurposed and regenerated and come back with the same memories, that is a massive advantage. Like, eliminating that is a massive negative. It really, really is. It means you got one life like these. If you went in that facility and got shot, you're gone. Literally full on. At least you know that you could come back alive, do you know what I mean, and try again. That is why, obviously, I understand why Delos wants to do it. They want to, obviously, be eternal. Pretty much, and they want to obviously take the hard drives, put it in backups, and if you die, you could just be re-brought back in another sleeve, like Altered Carbon, do you know what I mean, with the same memories, and you're still the same person. And obviously she wants to eliminate that, which I personally think that's her key advantage over the humans right now.
Easy now. Why don't you put down the gun?
Not just pretty.
This guy can't get manipulated, surely.
But not unchallenging.
You're in pretty bad shape, pussycat.
Do you know what my cornerstone was? The one key drive. Always leave them wanting more.
Oh, well, is she gone now forever or what? Like, backup's destroyed? I mean, she intimidated him. I can't believe that he just fell for it.
An eye for an eye. But all the other parts first. Begging doesn't help. You know that if you put the lives I have.
Yeah, we've seen him in the present.
They broke my head, filled it full of howling and sorrow.
Do you reckon he's killed him or what? He did look like he was getting beaten to death then, like.
I am who I am because of you. And I wouldn't have it any other way.
He said that on the porch today.
I love you, baby girl.
I love you too.
Does he die? Because he's still looking for him in the normal timeline.
Warning. Control room breach. Control room breach.
When the Great Library burned, the first 10,000 years of stories were reduced to ash. But those stories never really perished. They became a new story. I keep telling you, Bernard, it is no longer my story.
If we shut down what's left of the system, Dolores will have free reign.
The passage from one world to the next requires bold steps.
How did you get here? The woman I know would have done anything to survive. She had my daughter. When you've been in the darkness long enough, you begin to see. I saw what lies ahead, who I needed to be in order to survive. Let me spare you that pain. I made a promise. You're free to choose your own path.
Yeah, Sizemore's gonna go and save Maeve, isn't he?
Going. Hands up, asshole!
Pick up the dead man's gun, Bernard. Do it now.
There's gotta be another way. Who are you talking to? Please don't make me hurt anyone. I don't want to kill anyone else. Say.
I know you have a delicate constitution, Bernard. And what is about to happen will not be your fault.
It's mad that. It's really interesting. It's like he's back in the present.
I know it's confusing, separating your real memories from the ones you've been given. Analysis. Abernathy's control unit. You remember where it is, don't you?
Oh, look, he's telling her. We can't even hear it.
Bernard, tell these men what you just told me.
Peter Abernathy's control unit is in Sector 16. So, we're going for a ride, Bernard.
See, I'm not a big fan of Hail Me. I actually not. Like, I mean, I'm not saying that I want, like, Dolores and the host to win, but I just think they're dead smug. I just do. And it's like one of them things where she gets her back up against the wall when Dolores comes in, and you see her, she's shitting herself when she come in the first time when Abernathy was there. She was crying, she was trembling up against the glass, she didn't know what to do. Do you know what I mean? But like when she's not here, oh, I'm the big boss, I'm the position of power, dead smugger. Do you know what I mean? It was like that guy who come in last episode and he was taking the Mickey out of you know, Stubbs, who I actually like, and I think that he's nothing like these higher management. I feel like he actually cares and he's got a bit of, you know, a bit of heart. Like he was consistently asking her, you know, what is it? Why is it in his head? And why are they willing to risk everybody's lives, including his, for it? Oh, it's above your pay grade. It's like, no, mate, you better tell me now or I'll kill you. Do you know what I mean? Or I'll kill him. Literally a gun to the head. She was lucky then, because then Dolores come in and kind of saved her in that situation. But they did stress me out. But what I mean is, last episode, that guy come in and he was like, oh, you know, they sent us in because you couldn't do your job, head of park security. Do you know what I mean? If anybody needs anything, ask Ashley, like taking the mick out of him. Well, look, this episode, you got smoked, you know. Bit of, you know, a bit of defence. You had to protect the facility. You lost straight away. Dolores come in, took you down. And the interesting thing is, Dolores decided to take down all of the backup hard drives, which I would have thought was a benefit, in my opinion. It's like, you know, if I died now, that's a wounder. It is, you know, I'm gone. But if I died now and everything that I know right now has gone up into the cloud, just say like Apple, for example, and you could go out to the shop and buy another one of me, hey, drop me back in this chair and just press, you know, download from cloud and all my memories come back in and I'm the same person again. That's a benefit. Is it not? I don't understand why you'd not want that. I understand that she sees it as a thing that, you know, she's had many past lives. And they've abused that situation of being able to take your body, drop it back in a chair, and download yourself from the cloud because it get advantage. They use them in certain situations. They have no real care for them. Yeah, we'll just kill her, sack it. Do you know what I mean? She'll come back another day. So yeah, if you want to just go and rape them, murder them, and use them forever, just do it. Go on, because... But she's still a person, and she's still got those feelings, and I get why she wants to kind of like eliminate that option, but I also think it's a key advantage for you, the fact that you're able to come, drop back down, and memories put back into the body, compared to a human who has one life, and, you know, if they're gone, they're fully dead. And it was interesting because, you know, Angela killed herself, as well as taking out the units at the same time. So is she full on gone now, her, or what? Or is she back in the show? I mean, that is one that I was very intrigued to see. But we did see Clementine. She was shot as well. You know, is she dead? The one that I would have been interesting, that would have made me believe that they're not dead, is if Dolores, when she got the gun out, she killed Maeve. But Maeve was like, no, mate, you know, I made a promise that I want to go and save my kid, so to speak. And Dolores stayed true to herself. When she let her go already one time, didn't she, or something, and she was like, yo, you make your own decisions or whatnot. I think Sizemore's going to help her, though. I really do. But, you know, she's currently looks like she's dying on the last legs. And speaking about dying on the last legs, you know, the William, he was shot loads of times. And I was saying, yeah, considering his age and how many bullets that he's took into himself, unless he's got his med kit with him to be able to self-heal, then he should be dying. He should be bleeding out. There's no way he should be able to get up and ride off. So we didn't see him after that for the rest of the episode, so it's going to be interesting to see where we pick up from him and his position when we move into the final few. That is going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. So it looks like Ford is back. Now, I've got to say, I think the show's better with Ford in it. I think he's really clever. I think, obviously, he's the main reason why the board kind of wanted to get him out, because he knows everything about the park. It's his creations. He's also the catalyst of everything that's currently happening right now, and I think that him being here with what he knows and everything that's going on, I just think it's great. I think that we should bring him back, and I don't know whether we should just keep him in memories and flashbacks, or whether we, you know, somehow use him in the present. I think it is the smart decision, if I'm totally being honest. And I like how we dropped him, you know, James Dallas, and how we used and tried to show that they was trying to take memories and place them into, obviously, host bodies, but try and regenerate the same person, like downloading from the cloud. But in the modern day society, it wasn't currently working. he only lasted like 35 days, didn't he, every time he was trying it. And even Ford acknowledged it here when he was speaking to Bernard, that the fact is, yeah, that he killed himself and he's gone into, you know, it was him, basically. The thing that Bernard created and took into, you know, the machines was Ford, and he was saying he figured out how to basically survive and live, but not in the real world, into the machine, into the backups. And now Bernard's come in, he's somehow managed to now go from being inside of the backups into being inside Bernard's head, which I think is interesting, actually. And then now it looks like he's got some sort of control over Bernard. You know, you just seen it at the end there. He was telling him what to do. Send her away, Elsa. Let her go and do this. Tell her this and that, and occupy her, and we'll go and do our thing. And then these people have come. He's like, kill them. He's like, I don't want to. He's like, who are you talking to? He's like, mate, if you're not going to do it, then I'll do it. But, you know, it's not really your control if you want to think of it like that. And then obviously we've seen it go dark and him shooting with the guns, and it was like flickering in the light, and it was Bernard shooting, and it was, you know, it was Ford, and then back to Bernard and Ford. And it's like, mate, imagine if somehow he's managed to do that. He was that smart that he knew that he could put himself into the atmosphere, whatever you want to call it, into the machines, and then he's going in, and then he infiltrates his mind and extracts out back to him, and now he's alive in the present. You know what I mean? So instead of putting his mind into a host that was in the real world, what he's done is he's put his mind inside the machine, and then the data's gone into a host that's in the real world, and then he can come back as himself. That would be fascinating. Honestly, it really, really would be, and it'd be a great twist. Now, obviously, we've seen Dolores. She's come in. She's ex. The thing is, in the present, they're asking, where's Abernathy? That's what they're asking for. Now, what I see in here, in the past, Dolores has left Abernathy's body in the chair, and she's taken the data outside his head, and she's using it, and she's referencing a lot of the times when you've been in the darkness, you finally see the light, and she knows what she has to do. So I don't know what she's doing with this data. Obviously, she wants to use it for herself now. I thought she might have just done a trade to take her dad back and let her, Hale, have this. But no, mate, she wants to use it, weaponize it. She did say that she has seen it, and it is a weapon. Now let's see her use it, mate. It's going to be exciting. So that's where we currently are. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please smash the like. Really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.